Hello, this is David. I am quarantined in Hubei Province.
Guys, for the whole of this week, we've just been talking about the coronavirus that is here in China. People have died, and every time you check the news, you'll find more have died, and the next day more have died, and then you wonder until when will this go on?
Went to visit my brother's girlfriend's family for Spring Festival, and they live in Xianfeng County, which is about 500 kilometers away from Wuhan. And all roads in and out are blocked. It's normally a lot more busy around these streets. Let me change the view here. And so this is the streets. Not many people walking, not many cars. According to my brother, it's a lot more busy during this time of year normally. But people don't want to get sick, so they're staying indoors, which I think is a good thing. We just took out some garbage, gonna go to the store and then hunker back down where it's nice and safe and eat some delicious home-cooked meals. So yes, that's the scene in Hubei Province, at least in Xianfeng County. Nothing to freak out about. Just people being careful, everybody wearing a mask.
I do think we are also forgetting to notice that some people are getting treated. I did tell you guys from my last video that this thing is actually very treatable. In fact, at the moment as we speak, 126 people have been treated. Yes, just like that, like go home. Yeah. I do think this is really a good thing we shouldn't overlook. And this sickness is very easy to catch because just a simple thing as a cough or a sneeze, you can easily just pass the virus to someone else. Also, coming into contact with something that someone has touched, yes, that will also give you the disease. But that doesn't necessarily mean that once you get infected, you will automatically die. No, not necessarily. In fact, the people that are dying from it are the elderly and the people that have low immune system, especially like if you've had a long illness before. Yeah, that will take you down. So I do think, yes, this thing is really, really, really bad, but we do not really need to panic that much because eventually we can get a cure for it. Now, this virus hit right at the beginning of the Chinese New Year, and knowing the Chinese New Year, people like to move from one city to the other because we usually have a long holiday. And in this particular year, we had about 7 days holiday, so I mean that's enough time for us to make travel plans. So the first place this sickness started was Wuhan city in Hubei province, and the moment they found it, they just put the city on a lockdown. But then within some time, they just realized, oh wow, it's already spreading to other cities, so they just went ahead and locked down the cities too. So from that time to this time, which is probably just 1 week, 16 cities have just have been locked down, and I'm in one of them. So this holidays was supposed to end yesterday, but they've extended for a couple of few more days, and so we're just chilling in the apartment, just waiting to hear. What next? So yeah, you could go out if you want, yes, but people just prefer to stay indoors just in case you go outside and catch something. So yeah, just better be safe. And by the gate, you will see doormen and some few people from the Ministry of Health and a few policemen here and there, and all of them, they're just trying to make sure that you guys don't gather up. Yeah, so if you go meet up with some few people there, maybe more than three, you'll just hear someone shouting from nowhere, hey, go back to your house, disperse. Yeah, of which I think this is a good thing because this will just will reduce the chances of you guys meeting each other and passing it to one another. And the other thing is, once you leave the complex, on coming back, you will need to have your temperature checked, which is, I think, also a good way to help control this thing. And talking about going outside, it's boring outside because every place is closed. You're not gonna go and go to your hair salon or a nail salon. No, everywhere is just closed. But the supermarkets are working, so we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about running low of food. Yes, you can always stock your kitchen with whatever thing you want. And the best thing about this is they are not hiking the prices. I'm really happy about that. I swear. I come from Kenya, and whatever there is an incident, whatever there's a reason to hike prices, people just jump to it. Yes. And like maybe last year, the government just hiked the prices of fuel. I don't know, for whatever reason. And I'm telling you, it was a disaster. Everywhere you go, the prices have gone up. Even a milkman who's been bringing milk to your house suddenly, and the person who walks to your house says, today the price of milk is higher because the fuel prices have gone up. Really? And also maybe you could just wake up and then your nanny just comes to you and tells you, hey auntie, please, starting from this month, would you please pay me a little more because the fuel prices have gone up? And you're like, okay, let me get this straight. You stay in my house, like you do not drive anywhere, but you suddenly think that you should have a salary increase because of the fuel prices. So yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I am so happy in China that they haven't raised the prices of anything. Although there was one incident that happened, there was one drugstore, one pharmacy that tried to overprice masks, and it didn't go really well for them because they really got fined. They had a big fine for it, and I think that served as a lesson to the rest of the country. So I am quite happy about that. And also, schools have been closed indefinitely. This is quite sad, and I don't know. People have figured that they could just teach the students through online classes. So some schools have already opened online classes, and I think this is a good thing because we do not need to freeze everything now that there's this virus going on. And regarding work, I don't think we'll be going back to work soon, so we're just staying at home. But every day we have to give mini reports of your health. You know, something like, oh, hey, it's me. I haven't left the city. This is my temperature for today. I'm okay. Yeah, we're doing that every day. But the factories that manufacture medical equipments and medical supplies, they've actually been summoned to come back to work. Yes, this is because the doctors are complaining that they're running low on supplies, things like gloves, masks, protective suits. Even it's very serious in Wuhan because even some doctors are saying they're having to use raincoats instead of protective suits. So yes, I do think this is a good point that the companies or the factories that have to do something to do with helping the situation, then they just better stay open. And now, the transport in the cities have really, really slowed down. It takes a long time for you to see a taxi or a bus, and the subways are still running, but they're running one in a while. Yes, and starting from yesterday, you will need to use your passports or your license or your ID to be able just to take a taxi. So yeah, things are quite serious, but all in all, it's just to be able to fight this thing. Now, donation campaigns are going on through WeChat, Weibo, GoFundMe, and also people are making contributions at an individual level. So I think people are really trying hard. People are really playing their parts. The doctors, the nurses, they're really working themselves out. Like we've seen, because there are just so many of these cases, they are really, really trying. And also one thing I like about China is people are fighting this together. I was really touched another day when people in Wuhan just decided to shout through their windows and just say, Wuhan Jayo, Wuhan Jayo. This means Wuhan, come on, Wuhan, come on. Like, people, let's fight this. And I don't know, every time I watch this clip, I just start balancing tears. I mean, I think it's just so touching. So guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit that red button. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Have a good day.